Hey people, welcome to
Hustle, Crap,
and Love. Hit that love one time. Love.
You was supposed to go black.
Tonight,
black.
oh, he mad because usually he have one fitted, but he can be like black. Now he can't pop his collar on the fitted. But tonight we want to introduce our special guest, Doc, once again from Beat 139, and his lovely wife, Vera. Hey girl.
Hey, thank you for having us.
Yes.
Thank y'all for coming. Being that it's couples month.
Yes.
We get to talk about all the lovely little things that go on in relationships,
Yes.
And not all the time do we get couples, so it's an honor to have y'all here.
Yes.
Right, thanks, I agree.
Yes. And like I said, with Couples Month, this gives us the opportunity that our audience could engage, especially my guys, because we gonna be honest here. We gonna put it on the table and the comments, to vote, because don't nobody have the right plan to a long-lasting relationship. Every relationship, yes, it's a man and woman, but at the end of the day, only those two know what really keeps the glue together and keep it going on. So, and this is the things we're going to discuss, with our significant others, and in hopes that we enlighten you, educate you, and share some methods of how to make a good relationship work. Because black relationships are in danger. Black relationships are in danger.
True.
That is true.
So
what is the glue that keeps the relationship together?
We don't know. Whatever makes it work. Every couple, every individual is different individuals, different signs, different moves, different swings, and whatever. My grandparents was married 70 years.
That's a long time.
They both of them rest in peace. So I don't know what kept them together, but that's just how it went. You feel me?
What about you, Doc? What do you think is the glue that keep a relationship together?
I think the key is communication, being friends, staying friends.
Yes.
Okay. Were y'all friends before you were lovers, or y'all was lovers before friends?
Friends, definitely friends before lovers.
Yes.
I agree with Doc. I believe that communication is the key, and friendship as well, because there's going to be days where you don't like your significant other. Yes, you may love them,
Yes.
but there are going to be days where, everything is not all peaches and cream. So you still have to maintain that friendship. I think that is so important in a relationship, let alone a marriage.
Did
How
y'all
long
love
have you
together?
guys been together?
We've been together 9.5 years.
Okay.
Been married, July 1st to be 7 years. 7 years married.
All right.
He put a ring on it quick.
Hey,
I was not playing.
No,
You're not
you
playing.
can 139, you know what I mean? So,
So 139,
Yeah, you gotta know when you have a good thing,
Well, I agree with what y'all said as far as communication, friendship, and loyalty.
And loyalty.
Once there's loyalty in the relationship, it's really nothing or no one that can tear that apart.
I agree.
Once you forget about loyalty, it's like you have no trust.
Right. But I think that people kind of, with loyalty and faithfulness, it's not the same.
It's not the same.
So, you got to be clear on the loyalty part of the relationship. There's certain things that you should not do. Now, when it comes to
communication.
Right. Faithful, we all are human.
What is faithful?
At the end of the day, what is faithful? Being faithful is pretty much just being in a monogamous relationship. That's being faithful. But when you kind of step outside, that doesn't necessarily mean that you don't, I'm not for the cheating or anything like that, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you don't love the person who you're with.
Or that you're not loyal to them.
Or you're not loyal to them, exactly.
You're human, like you said.
Yeah, and things happen, but you got to figure out why. And then
communication, like if you and your partner communicate well, and you get to the point where you're like, well, hey, listen, I don't mind if you step out, you know. So then when you step out, I can't be mad because we communicated that. But now when I tell you let's communicate that and you go step out, then you're not loyal because I wanted to put that on the table,
Right.
and you went outside the box.
Right.
You disagree. No, I'm not gonna do that. Then you went outside the box.
And
That's
did it
not
anyway. Yeah.
So you think people say that, oh, I don't mind you stepping out because they want to step out?
Maybe. I don't think all the time. Well, for women, I'm gonna say I don't want to sound biased, but for women, I think that we might say to please our partner. You know, it's like, well, listen, babe, just be honest with me, keep it real with me, and you know, if you want to go out, if you want to have a threesome, or if you want to do this or do that, then you know, I'm down with it. But she might not really be down with it, but because she knows that that's the type of man she's dealing with and she loves him, you know, that's what she's gonna do. And then sometimes, yeah, she might see something like, babe, you go do you, because I'm gonna do me, you know, so it just depends on the couple.
Right.
Okay, but
And having clear communication.
Right, clear communication.
And sometimes people may want to do that and just don't want to tell their partner in fear of maybe they're not down for it or whatever the case may be. And that's when they step out, you know. But again, communication.
yes, communication. That's a key point there, is because if at some point, you know what I'm saying, like I'm saying in our relationship, you see, being friends, we weren't friends yet, and then her coming into a situation with me, you know, I just had a situation where I just came home from doing 27 years,
Oh, wow.
you know what I mean, and I didn't give myself what I was so used to, you know, she gave me the comfort and the stability that I need, but I wasn't totally ready for, that's what I say, the what y'all cheating aspect. Because I really don't know how to cheat.
You wasn't ready for the relationship.
You know how to cheat every time.
No.
But in my time, I didn't have
But I mean, like, okay, so for him doing 20,
No,
let me ask you something.
wait a minute.
Okay.
No, we don't know how to cheat. They said I tell them my business anyway. This Negro just cheated not too long ago. That's why we're trying to talk about some, I wasn't ready, you know. But listen how he got caught. Credit card that he was came back to my phone. I call him, he answers the phone. Why would you answer the phone if you know that you're in an uncompromised situation?
Yeah.
Then he answers the phone and I goes, oh, so what happened? They declined you couldn't get the room? He goes, nah, I couldn't get it.
Wow. They doesn't know how to cheat nor lie.
So I'm like, oh, so let me see how hotel look. He can show me.
I mean, at that point, I guess he was just like, you know what? I'm busted.
What happened?
But you didn't have to answer the phone. And then I go, because it shows me on the phone that the hotel is in Meatpacking District. So I go, oh, what you doing? Nothing riding around Meatpacking District. Like, you just
Then
told
you
me.
That was the first
Oh,
question before you said anything.
Yeah.
Interpretation, I don't, then text, so I'm saying, I might as well just come on, you feel me, like, it's like you busted, we got you.
Yeah.
Ain't no, then you caught me dead to right.
So do you give him any, do you give him credit for
it never-
coming clean and being honest, like once getting caught? Or you just think, like, this damn fool? Like,
This damn fool.
It never transpired. Because what happened was, I had my card, but I have a credit one, and then it's a cap one, and I never looked. But anyway, I guess, you know, from her spiritual knowing, because it's a whole scenario.
intuition?
She knew, oh, you just came back from a vacation.
Before he went got himself into it, I told him what he was going to do. Like,
Okay.
you must be going, I'm not, my parole, you always saying something. You ready to have a whole argument and you know you...
And you knew that?
Hold up, so he came back from vacation with his friends?
No, me.
Well,
For my son's birthday.
Yeah, I
This is
said
my
birthday.
son.
So I don't understand.
So what's the root?
So hold
What's the
up,
root
what you
of
said, if you just came back from vacation, I know he's going, why do you say that? I thought when you come back from vacation, y'all should be lovey-dovey.
I thought so too, but he moved a certain way. You know, when you with your partner, you know how your partner move. So you get up bright and early the next day getting dressed, like looking funky, fresh dressed, you know, like, I've been with you long enough to know. So I'm like, oh, where you going? Look, and then I ain't even, he told him, I said, where you going? Nah, cause you know I gotta stay out there tonight. Stay where? What are you talking about?
Yeah. Premeditating.
Yeah. Well, he was.
I'm sorry.
I gave him, no, it is what it is. I gave him the green light, when I said, where you going? All I was saying was where you going, because I think I wanted him to leave because I wanted to watch Lifetime. It was spring break, Lifetime, everything. I don't watch TV.
Okay.
So when I watch it, I want to watch. When I watch it, he kept getting on my nerve about Lifetime. So I wanted him to go outside. But I'm just like, where you going like this early? Oh, no, I got to stay out there. You know she going to come? You gotta stay where? Who gonna come? What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
My parole officer. Man, if you don't shut your lying ass up, I don't want to hear nothing about that. It seems like you moving funny, and I know what you up, so I'm just letting you know I'm on. Then he want to start a whole big argument. I ain't arguing, go ahead. I ain't even trying to intervene. I'm just saying, go ahead. But I just know that I know.
That you know.
I'll be examined 30 minutes later. Ding, I get a text.
30 minutes, damn, that fast.
Like, so you literally left and went and did, what you did. Like, so no, I don't give him credit for coming clean because it's like, why did you have to do that in the first place?
But for the record, nothing happened because, mind you, the car declined.
But if the car didn't decline,
Okay, well, no.
I'm just saying.
Yes, no.
If the car didn't decline,
it went down. But
Okay.
now this is the point here, okay? Not
so what type of glue
aspect.
would keep a type of relationship like that together?
Forgiveness, first and foremost, and communication. You gotta go back to the drawing board and figure out why. The why. Go to the root of it. Why did this happen? Why did you feel a need after we came from vacation to move like that?
Oh, well, honestly, in that sense, the whole vacation we was family, nothing happened. So we didn't have, intercourse or anything.
Okay.
And before we went on vacation, it was like, restricted, like periodic.
Okay.
Also, you feel that she not giving it up as much as you want?
She said, because I'm, like I have a high sex drive and,
She can't match it.
I'm not saying
that.
There may be times where
I'm gonna be honest.
God let you speak for yourself.
When she communicated with me,
This is kind of like
communicatively, as we communicate based on things I did. At this point, we're at the point, we've been together around the same time you guys been together. At this point, she expressed the fact that I don't turn her on like I used to because of other factors, past factors, just like, and I supposed to engage in turning her on.
It's not so much about he's supposed to engage. A lot of times it's on your partner to bring out of you certain things. Like, you can be, I do something like, it's on you to bring it out of me. Like, bringing it out of me is just not laying down next to me talking about, turn over. Yeah, I'm trying to find a way to say it without saying it. Yeah, like, come on, turn over, like, So it's like, who's gonna be turned on by that? Honestly, as a woman, it's like, I'm not just your butt pillow.
Let me say this: why you don't tell him the ways to do it? Maybe you don't know. Like you said, you have to understand where he comes from. He's been locked up 27 years, so that's a big chunk out of his life. So why you want him to figure out how to turn you on? Where you should help him.
Oh, well, it was in the problem.
See,
way back, as we came.
Yeah, but the beginning always is like.
Yeah, but even.
You gotta keep it going. You gotta, you gotta find new ways, and you gotta not just get so comfortable where you just feel like, okay, turn over. You still gotta put in the work to make your woman feel like a woman.
Okay,
right.
But I'm just honest. As a man, if she woke it up, turn it over, we get the nut, we good. Yeah. I mean,
but that's not true though.
No, I'm just saying,
as a woman, where am I trying to go about that?
No, but listen, I get what he's saying. Because if you saying you tired or whatever, and you like, all right, just turn over and move back, and he get the nut, maybe he feel that's what you wanted. You tired, but you trying to accommodate him by just turning it around.
But
don't even have to be tired.
Right,
See,
I was gonna say.
I don't even have to always be tired. He could have just did something sneaky that I'm not feeling him for. Now you just walk in the door. I need a.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Like, wait a minute. Let's go through what we gotta go through. Let's talk about. Let's get over this hurdle that we're dealing with right now.
Right.
Man, listen. No, that's not how you do that.
Right.
That's the deal. It's not always about.
Well,
It's just like you said. It's just a lot of things where I feel that men should be more dominant in certain areas of the relationship. And sometimes when I don't get that, and I think that's any woman, sometimes when you're not getting that, and me personally, I'm a communicator, I'm a leader, so I like to express myself, and so I try to communicate how I know how to communicate. Now how he accept it or how he take it, that's on him, which leads to an argument. So it's like, I can't even tell you how to do me because you want to argue about it. So it's like,
see, but let me show you something.
And then you shut down.
Other variables,
right, exactly.
right? It's like this. You with your woman, okay, you have to say, for whatever reason, you separate for a minute. She finds, goes and have another experience, whatever. Now it's different from your experience, but I like this. But when you was together, everything was good. So now you see, as you grow as a woman, you liked it that, but now you like, oh, I like that. That was damn, I didn't know I liked it. So here now you come back into the picture because the love is still there, whatever. Now it's like, all right, this is something new, all right. Well, we got to work towards this. But what this is what, and the transitioning, because it ain't like, the brother can't perform, you know what I'm saying? But now it's certain things that emotionally, you see what I'm saying? Emotionally, and I'm not saying this, it's not that it cannot be done, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes when you try to do certain things, I'm gonna give you an example. Okay, old school cat, we go to movies with our chick, you want some popcorn, you want this, then you put the arm around her, the cord in the old school. But nowadays, they just sitting up there, I get my own popcorn. I pay for. So you take from the romancing part that we know, you feel me, as older guys. You feel me? So you like, I gotta get to know you, like things, and this is just how, because I'm not, this how society is now.
Yeah.
Even with older women, look at the old school curve, because the dude can be a creep. It's just so many variables playing a part.
Yeah.
So now with your partner, you comfortable in that zone. Okay, now you want to change up, and it's like, keep it 100. Keep it 100. Don't be, oh no, I can wait, I can. Like, I beat off 35 come on out of my life. Women better watch out
that's true.
and have to beat off and
That's a whole lie. Do not sit here and lie, because it can go down and he will still go do that. I be like, okay. It's to the point where I have to, like, let's just say go down, and he go to the bathroom.
You want round two?
He in the bathroom for like 20, 30 minutes, so I'll take something like my nail and twist the knob, I'll open the door. Close the door! Like, what's in there? So like, and this is all day.
Oh, so right after, damn, you a bitch.
He said 27 years, and I'm supposed to accommodate that?
Yeah,
Like,
that's a long
That's kind of, no, but it's hard, I guess, after the nut. So why you just say go for her from round two? Instead of just going to the shop?
And grinding, because she ain't got like, she cried out.
Yeah.
Also, you go to the shower and you take it from round two.
Well, there's nothing
All
wrong
that,
with that.
keep
It's
going
just, I
on,
guess,
yeah, all
high
that.
sex drive. Yeah.
And that's the issue. That's the issue with me personally. So, I mean, and like I said, it's nothing to do with her. I love her to death.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She been my, like, there's no question about that.
Right.
But now, no point, I don't know how to cheat. Number two, I mean, you know, we tried different things, but
Right.
that was then, now is now.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And you know, so it's like, what am I to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we communicate, this is something we know, because I didn't realize that I had an issue. You feel me? I don't know, it's regular, you know, but it's like an addiction. So it's not like I sit, plan, and plot, you know, like I be a week and I relapse. And that's when like, everything will be good, because I ain't gonna lie. When I came home, I said, yo, I'm gonna be faithful, I'm gonna boom, boom, boom. But then you know what I've learned, what a friend of mine told me? It's a selfishness too.
Okay.
It's a selfishness. You feel me? Like, you know, but it's a
Just thinking about
selfishness
yourself.
motivated by an addiction, by a lustful addiction.
Okay.
So in that mindset at that time, and I'm like, nothing like she told you. It seemed like it was premeditated.
Yeah.
Yo, oh, what's premeditated? Then you go, then 30 minutes later, it's like, once that come in your mind, it's like, yo, I'm going to get that hit. I'm going to get that bag.
Okay.
I'm going.
Okay, so now when you make a decision like that, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
What is your partner left to do? Like, okay, it's two things. Either you say, listen, enough is enough, I'm not doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Or you say, I'm going to forgive this. But at what point does it end?
Right.
You know, like, that's how,
That's where you're at with it.
yeah, so, like, right now, we friends.
Yeah.
We friends, that's just my way of saying it.
You know.
But, you know, I mean, because like you said, I love him.
Yeah.
We're family. But to some extent, if you're saying like just now he admitted on camera that he has a problem,
Yes.
then you have a problem. I can't battle with no problem.
True.
That's something that God got to be able to fix. That's something that you got to want to fix. And if every time you get that urge and you go take that hit,
Yeah.
you're not fixing the problem. And then, then you do what you do. And then you come back, okay, I'm sorry. What's changed?
See, well, here's another man. Do you have an addiction? Like, do you agree with that as far as if you feel like you're not getting enough at home, will you step out? Have you?
No, I ain't step out, but I would cause.
Right, no, I ain't saying like you telling the truth.
Yeah.
You telling the truth?
Yeah, I'm telling the
You gonna hustle and love to talk about it and get to
What I'm
it.
saying is, I would let her know, like, listen, this is what's going on. I would keep giving her every chance there is, or I would have either I say, I'm out, I can't deal with it, if I feel she's not giving me enough, or it probably can lead to the cheating.
Yeah, would you just leave a good thing just because of...
Yeah, but if see, people downgrade sex, it's not.
Huh?
Sex is very important in a relationship.
No, I asked what he
It's
just leave a
very
good
important in a
thing.
relationship. So soon down to, oh, it's just it's important, because we live especially living in New York City. Living anywhere, period, but New York City where constantly people going to work and going outside their door, there's people, you know what I'm saying?
It's already like what? They said 2-3 women to 1 man?
Right.
More than that. It's not more women that are born alone. They said it's like 5 to 1 women being born. Not counting how many men go to jail and get killed. You know.
But you have to do what you do respectfully. Because this is my thing, and I don't know where I came up with this theory. Since I was young, it was like, I don't put the expectation. Now, no, I'm not going to say and say, oh yeah, I could be cheating on, I don't care, yeah. But I'm the type of woman that I'm very understanding and humble. So I understand that we are all human beings. And whatever you want to do in life, nobody can stop you from doing that. In a relationship, it don't have to always be cheating. You might like to travel. Your partner don't like to travel. You might like to party. Your partner don't like to party. You might like the entertainment industry. Your partner don't. But if that's what you really feel in your heart and you choose that you want, you're gonna go. Rather you gotta sneak from your partner and say I didn't go or I didn't do this. You're gonna do it. Nobody can stop nobody from doing that.
Well, do you think that in that case, if you and your partner are not seeing eye to eye or like the same things, do you think that you should try to find someone that's equally yoked? Someone that, understands? Where you don't have to sneak and do these things? Like if you like to party, find someone that likes to party.
That likes to party, yeah.
The entertainment,
Or, like I was saying, if you do it respectfully. I said all that to say that I don't put that restriction on nobody, like, oh, he better not cheat on me because, no, he's a human being.
Right, and
but,
no one expects him.
Right,
to cheat on.
right, you're human. human. You got people, pastors that's up on the pulpit doing all this preaching,
Yes.
and when they get out of church,
Yes.
they human.
Yes.
They put on a show for the audience,
Yeah.
but they're human. So it's like you can't really hold no one to a certain expectation,
Right.
unless they tell you to. Now that's where the loyalty and respectfully, all
Yes.
that comes in there. Because
Right.
now if you tell me, no, when I come home this time, I'm not cheating. I'm going to do my best to do this and da 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 and da da da. And then 2 days or 3 days, or not his case, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
a week after you home, you caught in a scandal.
Yeah.
You disrespected me.
Right.
And there's no loyalty because you gave me your word that you
Right.
wasn't going to do that.
Right.
Like I said, I think when y'all friends, I think that make things a lot easier.
A lot easier because y'all have
Because y'all
understanding.
have a good time, and then if y'all can communicate good, I think.
Yeah, that's good, but I also say this, that, you know, one thing that I told her when we first met, and I told her, I said, yo, I will never lie to you. At the beginning, never lie.
So
do
what
you
do you
think
expect
women
your wife,
friends play a part in the way they act, you think?
Who?
Women friends.
as far as influence women? That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, personally with me, like a woman friend,
No, do you think, not for
Like
a woman
my
friend,
friends,
friend,
yes. You know what? Let me tell you.
I don't have friends though.
I'm not saying you.
Nobody's asking you.
In general, he asking in general,
One,
and to speak of, whatever woman, whether it's her mother, or sister, cousin, or friend, many times because it may be happening to her, and she may, y'all may in y'all personal space, yeah, well my nigga, but she may say, well listen, all men, even the ones you don't think it, I'm not just saying this 100%, I'm just saying I come to find out about myself, what prevents one man from the other is the discipline, but at any given time, the moment's right, the time's right, it could happen.
Yes. I
So
even
let me
agree with
say,
that.
like,
It could happen.
Opposite.
Now if it does happen, let me say, it does happen. Okay, it does happen. And all the things and the standards that was placed upon you, ain't nobody come to you and keep it 100. One day you just, hold up, what the hell? Oh no, that wasn't that. That was what you did. This is not that. Then you say, hold up, all the things you did, like.
But you know what? To me, it's a lot of risk in it because, like, say if a man cheated, you could bring home a disease, or you can appear pregnant. The same thing like a woman, she get her man disease and pregnant because most men, like say a girl slide with a dude, and she been messing for a little while, that condom coming off. Dudes, if she don't do it, he may sneak and try to slide it off.
I mean, the
And then she
process,
get
when it's
pregnant.
contracted.
Now you thinking, is this guy? You think it's your baby, your husband or boyfriend baby, and it may end up being another new baby. Because sometimes the guys
No,
get
it
sick like
happens.
this. I got a lot of friends that they don't like condoms, so they start off with a girl and then slide that condom off and go in, and then the girl it feel good without the condom.
And then you drunk, you in the moment,
He's drunk.
it happens.
Now you get her pregnant, or it could go both ways.
But now we talking about
Now the risk is happening.
the point of, because it can happen, especially with us, it happens. Now, you don't care, or you know, that's one thing, protect yourself, make sure, so that doesn't happen if the loyalty to the love is really there. Or you just say, yo, I spitting up and anything, I have 1,000 babies around here.
So how about this? Y'all said something about loyalty, right? So if you with a girl, you got a chick that you mess with aside, you think you're not loyal to your girl. Okay, you cheating already, but you think if you be more happy and more friendly and more like want to go out with this chick more,
Is that not being loyal?
yeah. Or
Well,
you
that
talking
means
about-
that you have to kind of like
Now you're trying to
evaluate what you have.
This is-
If you enjoying the other
Yes,
person more
yes,
so,
that you should-
and it's not
that-
just sex.
Yes.
Now you want to do this with this person,
Yeah,
that with this person.
that's
Now you
not
got to look
loyal.
into that That's right.
That's not, because now you're developing a relationship.
Exactly.
Going out, yo, what I need extra money, you doing this.
Yeah.
You feel me? Instead of just, okay, going, I'm gonna punish you, I'm gonna keep it moving. When I need you, I'm gonna holler at you.
Yeah.
See, you know, guys choose prostitutes or chicks they want to quote unquote. When you exchange money for sex, I don't care how you doing it.
Prostitution.
Yes. But these girls, oh no, I'm not that. I'm just a stripper, but I'm not. Once the money's, yo, I need 200 for this. Boom, 200, and then we going down. So that means like when I go in the store, okay, I want you. Boom. All right, so you gonna do anything first? I'm looking where I'm going hard. I pay for what I want.
Yeah.
You have no say. Now once it's over now, you don't want me to pay again to do what I do, but I'm paying for what I want.
Exactly.
So, but what I've learned is because if you're a dude, you're a good looking dude, you keeping yourself up, women are gonna be attracted to you.
Yeah.
And then I got a wife. Today, women don't care about that.
They don't care.
That's even more.
That's a turn on.
They're going hard.
They see a ring on your finger.
Especially if you're in the public eye.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, are you just a popular guy? You come around, you know, it's just physical attraction. And nowadays, women's like, okay, you got a wife, but I'll be the side chick. But her whole objective is to not wifey out the box. So from that point, when you see that, I'm saying me personally, I'm like,
nah.
you want, because you got it going on, you independent, you know, I work, I got my own, you know, that's the first thing, I got my own job, I got my own bank account, I got my own, you know, I don't need, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you don't got a good motherfucking nigga. And you believe.
So it's something y'all said that I heard that, but y'all three probably explain to me. I always hear people say a woman be more attractive when a man is married. Why is that?
Competition, challenge. Not even a challenge, competition. It to me, from what I've seen, it turns another woman on to think that she can make your dude look at her, she can entice him, or anything. It just turns her on to feel like that. She don't care if she's just gonna get slutted out for the night. At least in her mind, she just say she slept with your man, if need be.
And you're married, man.
You're married, man. Your husband, not your man. I was with your husband. Or she can.
No, if she don't know the girl, like just setting you out and
It doesn't matter. She's a woman. We're a woman, so she knows that you're married. She doesn't have to know the girl personally.
Right.
So as long as she knows.
So
that.
you more attractive of men because you.
Some women. Some women.
You have
Most
the younger generation. No, I can't even just say the younger generation. But yeah, I
This has
think.
been going on forever, even before we were born.
Yes.
Right.
No, I know they slide, but they said when I always hear people say it's like attraction.
Yeah, like the ring where they see that, to some women, you know, they're willing to play second, or it's the, you know, the
Just
chase.
thrill of them feeling like they're
and they
yours.
And they want yours.
Right,
You
they
know,
want
they think
yours.
they can take you from.
And they don't even know
from
what's going on behind the bigger picture.
Right.
But just the fact that they could fit in that picture, or they can disrupt that picture,
Right,
it's
it's okay.
It's okay. It's a turn on.
And then don't let you, the man, show them, like you said, now you're starting to show interest in them, and then now you're disrespecting your wife on a different level. They take joy into that. You know what I'm saying?
They call you
That's
randomly.
Cool. Right.
Text
now
you,
it's
phone, they got
exactly.
your number. It's like they got access.
Yeah.
Yo,
You gotta be a respect.
And this is my home girl.
Even though that they can
do that.
They can do
they
that.
gotta know they
allow
know
them
they
to do
place.
that.
Exactly.
This is my homegirl did that, and to this day, on my mom's, every time she see me, she apologized. She called my phone one day. They said, you know, I ain't gonna lie, I was out and about, we was going through it. You know, I was going through it.
No, you was gonna eat it.
Yeah, I'm saying we were going through it, but I was out and about. So she called one day, I'm sleeping. I said, God, my phone. Right? I said, God, my phone, like with my life. With my phone, lock, all type of difficult. Long story short, she called, so she picked up the phone. So she said, who is this? Calling up this time of night. She said, where's Sophie at? I said, what you wanting for? She said, I want my buns bust. And this is
And you want to share the story?
No, I'm saying, sharing the story.
He said this is hustle and love. That's what he said.
This is it.
But this is the thing that comes up when you say, I just want to turn up.
Okay, but my point is this.
Right.
If you know, we hustling and loving, and you know, we came over to discuss the keeping 100. I didn't have to say, I could have, you know what I'm saying, I could have just fronted and said, you know, whatever. I mean, I just could have just shot Shalani, but I know this is things that brothers like me and brothers in general go through. So even I'm gonna come up here and act like, oh no, I'm just an angel. Oh no, I'm not gonna do that. In all honesty, I'm not gonna do that.
It's basically therapeutic then.
Basically, you feel me? It's therapeutic. If you ain't gonna keep it 100,
Yeah, it's true.
you know what I'm saying? But like I said, to this day, my homegirl, she apologized for that. You feel me? But, you know what I mean? She said it, but in actuality, we didn't have her. I see her every day. But you know what I'm saying? But she told me just another female. She didn't, you know, because people, you don't share your, when you out in the street, you move, you don't share your personal information that somebody has. You know, you actually, she didn't know that. She thought she was just some other female, random female. You feel me? But like at the end of the day, you know, keeping it 100, she may feel offended now because I said something like of this nature. But I'm just saying, with me and her, keep it all honest. Because I said, I don't care what the individual say, they always use their situation, and it's different. Women exactly. It could be the same scenario, and you find out, and whether what you did, you find out what you did. Now you know it's a different scenario.
Oh, when a woman.
When a woman get caught. Now whether
women cheat. Women start with.
it.
Women, I think, cheat emotionally first, right? You agree? Like, it doesn't necessarily, like, they don't just go and cheat like, oh, okay, he looks good. I mean, some. But I think it's a disconnect somewhere in the relationship
Did it stop?
It said I got like 30 seconds left.
So there's a disconnect and somewhere in the relationship when women step out. It could be from not getting compliments from their man or their husband. You know, like you said, you got to do things to turn your woman on. You got to do the things that you did in the beginning of the relationship. A lot of dudes get comfortable, and then the thing is they step out, and then they're doing all these things with the new chick, and you forget about your woman, not knowing your woman is still the prize, you know, and someone else is still waiting
For that
opportunity. So you still, you know, you have to make sure your woman feels loved, feels sexy, feels appreciated, you know.
Feel like a queen. You're a queen.
Exactly.
And that's the thing about it. Relationships, that's the thing. Relationships, you know, I tell all my business. I don't care. But the reason that I share because I don't like to, like, you know, people see you on TV and they see you in the public eye. Oh, they relationship, get a facade. No, everybody go through things. Every relationship have issues, whether it's infidelity, whether it's the woman being the breadwinner, every relationship have issues. You know, the moral of that is, it's a job. The same way you're going to fight to keep your job, the same way you're going to do whatever you got to do to get that promotion and grow to the next level. You have to do that with your relationship. You got to be willing to, but a lot of times same with the job. Is it worth it and are you willing to? But it's definitely a job.
And then not only are you willing to, both
right.
You have to be willing to. You have to be on the same page, and the fight has to be for the same thing. You know, have the same goal in mind. You know, it can't just be one-sided for a relationship to work.
And speaking of goals, let's get to the hustling part.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's
the ultimate
attracted. That's why he said we wasn't really friends first, but our hustle and our drive just automatically made us come and sync and just, you know, go from there. Because, like, you know, when we first met, I have 3 published books now, but when we first met, I didn't have a published book. He didn't either, but as we sat down and we talked, we spoke, we found out we both like to write, we both have outlets for one another, you know, and there's not a lot to write. And then other things, you know, we had in common when it came down to the hustle.
Wow.
So that's what like really brought us together, the working, and even now, through all the infidelities and all this other stuff, we still gotta come back around and hustle.
Right.
We still gotta need each other business partners.
Right.
What I'm not doing, resources, what I'm not doing, hey, can you do this? And even when I'm mad, I get mad when I catch myself, hey babe, can you, I don't want to call him babe like that.
Right. I'm mad, right.
Yeah, but just the fact that I'm so used to and comfortable, hey babe, listen, you're going to build a business structure, hey babe, you got a client for this, you take this client, I take that client,
Right.
you do this, you do that, you take the boys to go do their movie, their video shoot, whatever, I do this. So we still have a great communication when it comes down to the hustling part.
And the co-parenting, because
and the
we share
co-parenting.
a son and a stepson, you feel me,
Okay.
who I'm on hands with, you know, like it's just so crazy, even sometimes with me, and I don't know why, but, you know, even through the hustle, when things seem down, ain't nothing hitting, you feel me, the cash flow, and it's good to have a significant other that can carry the weight.
Right.
But as a real man, we don't want our woman paying for everything, you know, carrying us.
Right.
But if it has to be to I can get back on, because everybody goes through a slump.
Right.
And you know in your mind as a real independent man, that hurts you when you can't. You go out to dinner, your car, the deal, your I don't got the money, and your wife has to pay for it.
Right.
So that just like is a motivation to hustle harder.
Right.
But we have to understand, we're not going to allow that to make us make a move that may cause us to be away and lose everything.
That's right.
Do y'all hustle together?
So yes, we hustled together. When we met each other, I think that was one of the things that attracted us to each other as well. Our drive,
See, yeah.
just wanting to better ourselves. I started off into like making T-shirts, into the T-shirt business. He had his Diamondback music label going on prior to me meeting him, and then he also started his
Blue Island Special Service.
special service, and then he was just giving me
It's cleaning, delivery service.
right. So then that kind of attracted us, and then he made me better, you know, in a sense of, you know, helping me out with my business and pushing me to do more. And then we came together collectively, and then we started, which we're doing now, Collections by VK. So we started doing like bedding and linen. We sell bedding and linen. He came up with the idea of creating fragrances. So we did that. We
That's
have
what I
some
was
here.
gonna
Come on, that's
Yes.
so your hustle. This is real.
Yeah. So I started with the t-shirts. Now I'm doing like ladies wear. We,
Oh, really?
yeah, I have a website too,
Yes.
so I want you guys to check it out. So this is 701. This is for him.
And 701 was the day we got married.
Yes.
And
So,
yo, it's crazy.
Yeah.
We just talked about the fragrance.
Go ahead. I just saw that. I shared that one with
Oh, you said that?
yes, you just said that. And this is ooh. You said I smell good. I have feeling myself. So
I
next
need to
time,
feel myself.
Yeah, so it's all on the website. You can actually go and purchase this
Okay.
one. But this is ooh for you. Smells
Okay.
very
What's your
good as
company
well.
name?
Collections by VK.
Collection by VK. That's your initials.
Yes, VK
No,
is our
no,
initial.
yeah,
Yes.
VK,
Initially,
Vera
it
and
was
Kareem.
Vera and Kareem, and it still is. But we decided to come up with a secondary name as well, which is Versatile Creations. And the reason being is because we're doing like a lot of this and that. You know, we do T-shirts, we do bedding, we do fragrances.
Why do you gotta do all that?
This is one of my T-shirts, mine, and it's push
Push through sis. Okay.
right? So it can be for whatever you're going through.
It's like some real back, some back
Push
shit
through sis.
Push
Like
through
it's
sis.
like
And
it's
that's
like.
Ooh,
that
push
oil-
through sis.
That's
And
right.
you can find
VK.
all of this on our website, collectionsbyvk.com.
We have 15 different fragrance, 7 for men, 7 for women, 1 unisex. We have we do custom made
Yeah.
T-shirts.
Yep.
We have this the backcracker for the men.
So this is something that he came up with. It's
But
like an
can I ask you a
enhancement.
question?
Yeah.
Excuse me, I don't mean to cut you
No,
off.
it's okay.
I know I had got fat and stuff, but why would you give me an extra large t-shirt?
They run small.
I'll give you the
They cut it
medium.
short. You get a medium, or you
No,
get
I can fit.
Yeah. And then I'll get you a medium. I wasn't
Okay.
sure, so I said
Okay.
better a little bit
Yeah.
bigger.
Right, so you can do what you want. This is my
Right,
bag.
this is yours.
Okay,
This
go
is
ahead.
yours.
And this back cracker. For the guys, you drink this. Enhancement all night. I mean, your woman's gonna enjoy it.
That's true. Yeah.
You can agree?
Yeah, I
But
can
what
agree
does it
with
do?
that.
Does it make you, it make
It
him crack
gives-
your back?
It'll make you crack your back and your thing like this. It'll put like a half an inch.
It gives the man
A quarter
stamina.
inch.
So it's something like Viagra? It's something
It's like
like
I guess like a, what is it, like a juice, like what the
Like
dog
a,
say, the
yeah, like
juice bar,
a tiger
yeah,
bomb, like
a tiger bomb or something.
But it gets you hard.
You gotta discuss it.
You know.
Remember he said he do all that? I don't think he needs it.
Yeah,
I don't.
Cameraman, you want this? Cameraman.
Well, he trying to get money back, so go ahead and take that. You know.
All I need to get some.
But we also have a boutique,
No.
also a women boutique. We don't have enough for men right now. We have a women boutique. We sell dress.
What we do, we have versatile, we have varsity jackets, which is unisex, so we do have some
Yeah,
things for
something.
men.
Where you are located at?
We located in Manhattan, in Harlem, but you can go on the website, www.
Or anything, go to the website, you don't have, you have to
Well,
actually.
I'm not keep on.
Yeah, yeah, no problem. www.collectionsbyvk.com. You can find us on Instagram at Collections by VK, Facebook Collections by VK as well. No Twitter yet, but you can reach us directly on the web. We have our email address, phone number, you can reach out. We have all the products on the website, some great things. Please support, even on Instagram,
Support
Facebook,
your black
even if you're
businesses.
not buying or purchasing, click like, share,
Right,
all that's a
share.
form of
Which
support.
Instagram?
Thank you.
Collections by VK is the Instagram.
All right,
handle.
That's about BK. Like I said, we have a lot of things going on. We also we have our own like margarita. We have
Why you didn't bring us that?
because we sold out the things. That cigar been good. Things like even with the fragrance, like the feel of myself. We ain't know which one. All of them touch smell good, but
And we do pop-up shops, so if you guys know of any pop-up
shops.
shops coming, let us know. We do pop-up shop, we did one last week, we was
Same
very
here.
successful.
We
We're
got
doing
one
one on Sunday in
Sunday.
Jersey City. You do pop-up shops?
Yeah, so let
So
me
we
know.
never exchange numbers.
Well,
Because I'm doing from the book.
Be there, baby.
Oh, no, I can't be there.
I'm
No,
not-
I told her that.
Oh,
Let me know about anyone that she have coming up.
Yes.
But from the book, you know you got the book before.
Yeah.
But from the book, I started the lip gloss.
Oh, nice.
But I'll be there with it representing, you feel me, before I can just give me the time, the day.
Okay.
You know what, go ahead. I
My
want to share also with
Okay, the
you.
face mask being that, you know, COVID, we need to,
Yes.
you know, this is
Yeah.
for
Oh, this is for me, thank you.
you.
This is nice.
Ladies.
nice.
Lip gloss with the rose in it.
Oh, wow.
That's
This is
nice.
Organic.
nice. Organic, this is nice.
Organic
Nice, nice,
sanitizer.
nice packaging, organic. Oh,
The
nice.
packaging is very
Smell
important.
medicine. Organic. I made it myself.
Did you?
With essential
Nice.
oils. Because, you know, with the COVID going
You don't know
on.
what's in
you
that
don't know-
stuff they be
If
giving.
you notice when you spray the sanitizer that you buy from the store, sometimes you like to choke, like, oh, because
Yeah,
it's too strong.
too strong.
That's affecting the respiratory system. But when it comes to envy spray, I did things that cater to the respiratory system, like frankincense oil, rosemary oil,
Okay.
apple cider vinegar.
Yes.
Something, all of those are essential to our health.
Oh, that's
right? It's
great.
killing funguses, right? Frankincense oil is good. If you have allergies, asthma, you can buy that and just burn it in your essential burner. But it
Okay.
all stemmed from envy, that Brooklyn chick, which is my book.
Wow.
This,
Okay.
this book 3, this for you.
That's
But I took the
great.
name Envy and just created a whole brand out of it, which led me to saying because you were speaking about the woman apparel. So
Yes.
now I just started Envy woman wear.
Oh, nice.
Again, I'm like y'all, I'm biased. Not for the men right now.
Okay.
No, but
I'm
for
getting
the
ready to
woman.
come out with the men's
You
line.
see, the men is good, but one thing I notice, women spends more money when it comes to like clothes and things like that. Especially like men will quicker to go to like Gucci and
Yes,
Louis
yes.
and name brand
Name
stuff.
brand.
But women more so would do it. We had a lot of successful women. We had men before. We started with, we had men also.
Yeah.
Yeah, t-shirts, go hard, go home, different men sayings, but the women line
The
was
women
good.
tend to
But
spend-
also, we have a podcast, The Beat 139.
139, shout out to Guavito.
Shout out to the
V,
B139.
Black,
And we also
got my Aquarium brother.
Cash.
Cash.
Slim.
Shout out to y'all, those are the brothers.
Oh,
We also have our own wine. It's going to debut tomorrow on the beat.
I'm about to say
Upper Class.
You didn't bring us
No,
no
but it's going to debut. I ain't supposed to say this because they'll kill me. But we're going to debut
It's
it tomorrow on the show tomorrow. Upper Class wine. We have red and white wine.
Yes.
So tomorrow be the
So I guess
debut for the beat.
So it's like a premiere you guys doing tomorrow? Or
Yeah, we're gonna
Thank you so much.
show it on you know.
Oh,
And I just
So I think we all just gotta hustle on, and it's about support. You know, I can't
Yes.
say it enough. Support. It's not always about purchasing. Support can be about showing up,
word of mouth.
Word of
That's
mouth.
the biggest
It's
thing.
reposting.
liking,
Yes.
sharing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. If you don't have
Spread the
money,
word. But what I want to ask, so now that we got the hustling out the way, how do you guys get along? Like, are you more stronger in your relationship when you hustle together? Like how we said, the love part is kind of, but the hustle part is. How is it with y'all?
Actually, to be honest, right now I say where we at. I think the business right now is carrying it. But the COVID last year I think made it stronger because I was out and we both was out and it made it good. That was, to me, that was the best time
We got
in a long time
with
if you
each
count
other.
from the beginning. We had a good time together, the kids, we had a great time together. And also we travel a lot too. I think traveling is therapeutic.
Yeah.
And when you travel, also it raises your value as a man because a woman, you know, it raises your
a
value.
lot of women don't have the blessing.
And blessings, absolutely that. Exactly.
That's because dudes, if you out there getting bread, they think bread, they're not taking the time out to spend the time with the family, sons, the daughters.
That's right.
And
It's all
I
about
think that's-
balance. It's
yes.
all about balance. Even with the hustle and the love, it's about balance. Because you know the kids.
Very
And you know,
important.
kids come in, it kind of change the dynamic of the relationship
Yes.
of the marriage. So you still have to find time to make things work and the balance. But the hustle definitely makes the love better because you have two people and y'all wanting to win together. You have the same
Yes.
goal,
Yes.
you know, the same end goal. You want the money, and you know,
But
it just
like you
makes
said, it forced y'all to communicate. Because like you said, now if we didn't have
We didn't have nothing but that.
it been going, but now you have to sometimes communicate about something so it keeps it going.
You was gonna ask something. You was like, have you ever? I don't know if you lost your chain of thought. You was gonna ask something just now.
Because many times, well,
This my thing.
because many times what
You know,
happens is,
like, do you ever get into it, like, to the point where you feel like, I can't work with him, well, this is
Oh,
too
yeah.
much.
Yes.
Or, I can't work with her, this is too much. Like,
Well,
you
you
see
have
that
your
thing
days,
on
but then when you think about it, it's like who better to work with? Who better to share this moment?
Like, I quit, I walk away, you ever quit on him?
Yeah. Well, not really quick, but that's like, this is how it works.
she needs the ideal.
She probably was like, you know what, you can have this shit.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm like, yeah, so he more so will probably be the one that quit, and it's like,
See,
I don't want
me-
to quit at the neither, like,
See, one thing about me,
cause that's a little scary too, like we, you know, we doing something and we can't
When
get to a
they
point
pressure,
where,
then you gonna quit?
right, or you don't like something, you gonna quit, or you feel some type, so that is like,
yeah, that's not good. I agree. That's not good to do all the time. See, me personally, anybody know me.
ego or something.
I love business.
Yeah.
Like she'll tell you when it comes to business, I do it. And one thing about business, I go hard at it. She'll tell you, and a lot of times when I do, and I realize most things where black people go wrong, black people don't like partnering up. A lot of people, black people
That's
always
true.
want to say, oh, me. They don't like to partner. See, I learned that because I always did a lot of things on my own. Like I said, the Blue Island special service and different things like that. And when I started the beat, and I started the beat, and I, you know, told Vito to come partner in with me,
Yeah.
whatever. But I had everything paid for everything. I really didn't, but I did it because I realized to be successful, it's good to do that, you know. And then sometimes you have to
have more
make
people,
business
you know,
decisions, and
business
sometimes you have to make personal decisions.
Right.
But it's nothing like working with your family, your significant others,
Yes.
or your friends. But sometimes you may have to think outside the box and be like, that might not be good.
Right.
But I'm telling you this though, this is what I learned.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of ideas, I had ideas because I had the time to think. And in the process of us being together all that time, I've shared that with her. I encourage her. So for her to take that and the information, so many times when she get mad at me, she said, damn, because damn, I'm stuck right now. And so she mad, but she know on the business side, like, yeah, this nigga he could give that mastermind and
I was like, I was saying that. I'm like, what you said that what you call was?
But
it takes work. Even
and I love that
it takes
because
work.
the progress from when we first met. It ain't like when we first met, we was, you feel me? We was on the grind, but now people really see the hustle and the love.
Hustle and
You
love.
got to
I
see
like
it
that,
also.
though. This is dope. I like
That's
that.
right, the hustle, and although love is everything else.
But see, the kid,
You gotta
y'all both
balance
have to
it
go
again.
hard. Y'all both have to go hard.
Well, she's going a little hard right now.
Now she go hard.
I mean, I'm going a little harder right now, but at times you go, you play your position and you play your part. So I'm not just
women
saying
right
that.
now.
Yeah.
But what advice? I'll start with y'all first. What advice would y'all give to other couples that's in our shoes but are just starting out and they don't know if they could make it throughout their relationship, let alone a hustle?
I think, me personally, I think that if the love don't come first, I think at least business-wise, maybe y'all can find attraction to each other, start loving each other again, and y'all see value in each other, and then the love could come. I think that you should see the importance of it, because once you have kids and eventually you start all over with someone new and not knowing, everything will start off good.
Yeah.
So you know, just try to work it out.
And you're gonna have the same issues.
So someone starting off, I would say friendship. Maintain that friendship even before you get into business together. Maintain that friendship. Yeah, maintain that friendship first. The love is there. Business-wise, communicate. Loyalty, trust, all that plays a factor. If you have an idea, share with each other, go hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Make it work, put in that work, go hard, and you can be successful. Whether people support or not, don't give up, continue, and you can do it. Just, put that work in.
And I agree. I would just say, especially if you share the same dreams, goals, and aspirations, like you're on the same page, build on that. Grow, learn and grow from one another. Then worry about creating a whole relationship. Because like you said, growing, that's friendship and relationship. Once you get to know someone, once you're working on your growth in your relationship, you get to know the person you're building.
Yes.
Once you build,
everything will just fall into place.
Yes, and I would end with, respect although things made on the love side may not be, but if you see the mindset, which is hard to come by, the master mindset to have you think and reach out for your goals and objectives, if you share that in common, that's enough to push you into where you need to be as couples. And on that note, we're going to say hustle.
and love.
Peace.